Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Hey, team. My name is Sasha, also known as Toppy Head. Welcome back to the stream. Are we too loud, maybe? Who knows, honestly? Who bloody knows? We're just out here having a good little time. Let me know if we're a bit loud. Hopefully we're not, TBH, but yeah. So let me turn this music off. Yeah. Hey guys. A bit of an odd one today. Oh, I'm still hearing myself. Let's not do that. Bit of an odd one today, but it's Wednesday. So that's kind of crazy. It's Wednesday night. It's a little bit later than I usually go, but life came up. Oh no. And yeah, I kind of want to do something different. So we're calling this Wacky Wednesdays. And Wacky Wednesdays consists of playing whatever we want. I will still be doing Medieval Mondays, so please check me out on that at my Twitch. Twitch.com/toffeehead with 2 E's and 2 D's. But yeah, funny enough, we're playing a game today that has been a favorite of mine for a long, long time. Yeah, a favorite of mine for a long, long time. Let me just make sure everything's working. Is everything working? Hopefully everything's working. But yeah, so this game came out in 2014. Did this? Anyway, we're playing a little game called the Binding of Isaac today. Now I hope my little screen works today. Yes, we do. Awesome. we're playing The Binding of Isaac today. Now, let's get a little bit of music, because I don't usually play with music. But I thought I would. Yeah, we're going to play with music, basically, so you guys can have a bit of fun, hear what happens. I want to know if that is too loud or not. I think it might be a bit too loud. Okay, so let's just adjust things a little bit so I'm not bloody deafened. Yeah, because I don't want to be deafened as much as you don't want to be deafened. Can I... Okay, so... Who's being deafened by what? Okay, so... There's too much going on, to be honest. I have too many programs open to... Oh, okay. Yeah, too many programs open, not enough time. Anyway, we're back doing some Binding of Isaac, yeah. So I'm going to turn that music down actually a bit for myself so I don't go insane. But yeah, so I played... How much time do I have on this game? I have... 433 hours. That's going to be quite a few if I say so myself. I haven't unlocked everything, to be honest, so... Soz, if that annoys you. I have not unlocked everything. That's okay. Yeah, because, so this is... Oh, let's... So, I've unlocked most of the characters. I'd love to unlock Jacob. And I have no Eden tokens, so... And my win streak is -7, which means that I have died 7 times and not won the game. If anyone cares, I have 579 items at the moment. I don't have 2 endings and the final endings. But mostly I'm going to use it today just to have a chat. Have a gander, to be honest. Nothing crazy, we're just playing some new run. I think we just hit normal... Oh, I think we hit normal Isaac for the time being. I've got a few things unlocked. If you're playing for the game... If you're playing the game for the first time... I was considering starting a new save for stream, but... I got lots of fun items that I don't really want to give up, so... We're not going to do that at all. But, yeah, so we're playing hard mode. Trying to get to Mother. I think I'm just going to use this as a time to kind of just... get back into it and see how it's all... We're back. Oh, it's good. I play this a lot on my laptop while I was in uni. A lot, obviously, because of how many fucking hours. But why is that red over there? That's exciting. Oh, well, can't change that now. But yeah, I play this a lot over uni. And God, this is going to be so fun to talk and try and play at the same time. But yeah, I just fell in love with it, to be honest. The repetitive nature. And that's why I thought it would be a good... The quince. Okay. Everything's still working. I hope everything's still working. Just my little twitchy twitch. My little stream manager is fucking up, which is super exciting. No, I think we're still good. So, to be honest, we're just going to get some, hopefully trying to get some crazy, crazy combos. I like the quints. I know they're a level 2 item, but I do like them, so I'm going to grab them. Yeah, I just use this, I'd like to use this time just to, like, have a chat. It's not going to be a long session today. I think we're only going to go for an hour and a half because, like I said, I get tired. But that's okay. That's good. I know Northern Lion does a great series on his YouTube, which is basically doing Binding of Isaac, and I thought, why the hell not do something similar? Because I know I don't have a lot of viewers, if any, actually, but just if anyone wants to like have a chat, or kind of use this time to talk about life, kind of my own little podcast as we are just streaming, because I don't really think my life's too interesting, but it's fun. Like today, for example, I repotted some plants. As I said, my life is not is very interesting. I'm a grandfather, actually, if you couldn't tell. I only care about... Yeah, I'm a grandfather. I have grandfather hobbies. And that's okay. If anyone tells you that gardening is a grandpa hobby, or if anyone is coming at you for grandpa or grandparent hobbies, fuck them. Who cares? I don't want to go out clubbing. I want to stay at home and... I want to garden, and I want to play video games to no one on Twitch. Right? So... I think, you know, hey, to all the people out there who love clubbing, good on you. But... hey, I have like my 2 outings a month, and that does me so well, to be honest. So well. Because other than that, my social battery gets tired, and I need to go home and play video games. Honestly, I'll take that. And let's go down the normal way. I think we should go down the normal way. This is my first time back. Let's not do a hard run. If you go through that door, it's a bit hard. But you can't see that door because my face is blocking it, which is super exciting. Actually, maybe I can change that. Oh, I got my Twitch. Oh, my OBS is... yeah, let's change that a little bit. So I'm going to change my little face over here. Because I want you guys to see what items I have. Because I think that's kind of cool. Because when I watch these videos... what am I trying to do? Sorry, when I watch these videos, I want to see what items people are using. Like, that's what gets me interested. So that's what we're going to do. Yeah. Like I said, I planted some fucking plants today, and I had so much fun. And whoever doesn't like that can go suck a fat peen. Okay. If anyone wants to know my plant rotation, dream plant rotation on my podcast, to be honest, I inherited a lot of them from my parents, my mum specifically, because she was moving states and couldn't have all her plants, so she gave them to me. I've got 2 lovely rose bushes outside. I've got a red rose bush and a pink rose bush. Honestly, a lot of my gardening does come down to the fact that I do want to grow my own... what's on there? I want to grow my own, like, bouquets. I think that'd be so sick and so cute for my girlfriend. But also, like, that's an awesome... oh. I forgot I had this mod installed. Yeah, so paramedic means whenever bombs blow up, I don't get hurt. Which is exciting. Yeah, I've got rose bushes. Sorry, what do I have? Yeah, my 2 rose bushes and we'll take that. This is going to be fun, trying to get my train of thought right, but... wait, what was I talking about? Trying to get bouquets. I'm trying to make bouquets. And then, oh, I just used that. Should not have used that, but lol. Yeah, and I also today went to Bunnings, as you do, mainly for some plant stuff for my girlfriend's house, because she has some plants that are currently dying because her and her roommates are doing their best to take care of some plants. But again, this is like a relatively new hobby, so I'm not going to say that I'm incredibly good at it. But I'm good enough to look up on the internet, I guess. I don't know. I'm not going to claim anything. But yeah, I also went to Bunnings today and bought a cayenne pepper chili seeds. And it came in a little cute little can. And it was like a grow chili in a can, which was kind of odd, to be honest. But it was cute. I got freaked out because I thought I did the instructions wrong, but I was like, hey, it's also winter here in Australia, so it's not growing season at all. So I'm really wondering if at all it's going to work. But I've got it set up on my windowsill, and a little bit. I've got it on my windowsill, and we're gonna see. Hopefully it works, basically. Now forgive me if I'm really just forgetting a lot of things about this game, but please, if you have your tips and tricks, if you're a pro Binding of Isaac player who's come in, happy to have you, honestly. I don't claim to be any good at this game. I'm just playing it as a simple kind of... just want to talk to people and see. Obviously, I'm losing quite badly at the moment. But that's okay. Bullet hell games, crazy. But this is like one of the only games that I've like sunk a lot of hours in. Like, oh, see like that. But I sunk a lot of hours into... let's go devil, who cares? I sunk a lot of hours into Arma 3. Because I was in a little clan back in the day. Back in the COVID times, honestly. I was like playing a lot of Arma 3 and getting really into bloody... yeah, getting really into like Arma 3 and full military tactics. It's crazy for reasons of like no reasons whatsoever. But yeah. If you are looking around this chat, chill. Happy to have you. But also, like, if you're brave enough to say hi, just say hi. I'm pretty harmless, I expect. But yeah, just hoping to build a little community, try and have a fun little time. Nothing crazy, nothing. Yeah. Ooh, I'll take +1 damage any day, my friends. It's so chill. Yeah, just having a bit of fun. Trying to pass the time. God, I look like I've got a mad nosebleed at the moment, actually. TBH. Yeah, Binding of Isaac. What a 2014. Sometimes people say the games were better back in the day. I don't know if that's exactly true per se, but do I have anything? I thought I had something here, but anyway. I'm just chilling. This is actually looking like a pretty good run so far, to be honest. We're just chilling. I think there's something up here. If my knowledge of the map. Ooh, yeah, so my little D6 up there basically just swaps the item for a random one, which is super exciting. And these are all items chosen from random item pools, which will be a very interesting run, I think. Very. Let's take that. Oh, speed down. And we're going to do... that's going to take a speed down too. But now it's going to be very interesting because all the items from all the item pools are going to be... it hasn't changed any of my items. No, it hasn't like randomized any of my items. evil up items. I don't have any evil up items, so I'm not going to do that. Don't kill me, little worms. Okay, well, that's rude, I think. Yeah, I might just die to like these guys because that's how poor I am. That's okay. Whee. Well, does that mean there'll be crazy items in here? No, they won't. That's okay. That's fine. Let's chill. Yeah, Wacky Wednesdays. Remember, guys? Hydrate up. Drink your water. And I've also done a little... every... Oh, shit. Okay. Did I just drink something? Every win, I'm going to have a little lint egg. And if you haven't checked over here, point over there to the follower goal, which I would love to hit. A little 10 followers would be epic, guys. Again, I don't expect anything crazy because last stream, I mean, I've been having some technical difficulties, to be honest, which has really not been fun. Which is, it's because my tech isn't the best. Don't come at me. I'm just trying to have fun. But hopefully this silly little hobby makes some money eventually. I have had a lot of people kind of going against... Oh, that's something. Let me know your thoughts. Twitch affiliate. They've lowered the entry point for it. I don't really know exactly how to feel about that, because I'm obviously relatively new. I've been on this for like 3 weeks. Some people are hitting affiliate within a month, within 6 months. I'm really not putting a timeline on my things, but lowering the point of entry is interesting because it obviously incentivizes a lot more people to get on board, make Twitch a lot of money by rolling ads and stuff, obviously. But is that a smart thing to be doing? Because I've been reading a lot of forums, Reddit basically. I'm basically saying like, a lot of people are going to basically exit off your stream like crazy if you have ads straight away. Like, unless you're a bigger streamer, like no one's going to stick around because no one has the incentive to, of course. Oh, let me just kill this guy. Yeah, sorry, no one has the incentive to stick around. Oh, conjoined will be fun. Twitch affiliate, that's what I was talking about. But also at the same time, like, everyone would love the ability to make more money, or at least make any money doing streaming. Which brings me on to a great little segue. I do have in my about section, on my Twitch, there is a little tip section. Again, there are also I've also linked to funds that I would recommend you look at before you even attempt to tip me. But if you then look at the funds and go, okay, my money is worth to this guy, this random, 20-something-year-old in Australia. Yeah, there's a little thing in there just to buy me a coffee, to say, hey, you're doing a good job, which I think is it just kind of gives not just hope, but just kind of gives me a little pat on the back, if you will, which I don't need because I'm not desperate for attention. I kind of am desperate, but I'm also been very used to not being great for a long time. So yeah, I was talking to my mother about this actually. Being the best in the room, how important is that? Or B, is that productive? Because I've always said that, like, I feel like you learn the most if you're the worst in a room full of greats, right? But maybe that's just because I've never been the best. Like, I can only talk from what I know. Whereas, like, my mother, in her kind of earlier days in her prime business years, so to speak, was and uni years when she did her MBA as well. Like was the best, sorry, she was the best in uni in undergrad, and then when she went to do her MBA, the Masters of Business Administration, which sounds obviously so interesting. Not anything against masters programs, but she found out people were fucking smart as, and that's a lot to kind of get once you've always been the best. I guess in my profession, I'm an actor if you didn't know, especially like drama school, I was never the best. And so I always said that I was never going to get the job from talent alone, which is, I feel like, an okay way to look at it, because how many, like, in the grand scheme of things, talent can only get you so far. But not just think about talent alone, but like obviously hard work and that endurance and that perseverance really is going to take you places. So I said I was never going to get there talent alone, but I was going to work bloody hard. And it's worked out pretty well since I've done a few gigs. Honestly, just from people calling me up and going, hey, like, what are you doing? I've heard you're free, like, come do this gig, which is crazy to think about, but in the grand scheme of things, like, that's what gets jobs. Like, are you a good person to work with? Are you not a dick? You know, I think that's the biggest piece of advice. Like, I mean, I was given the best piece of advice was just like, don't be a dick, because people don't want to work with dicks. And I think it's easier in, I guess, the creative field because, sorry, it's easier in the creative field because, like, you actually have to, it's I don't know, yeah. It's very obviously human-centered, or human-centric in a way, as opposed to like a purely data-driven career like accounting, let's say. Like, no one really cares if you're, I don't know, but I don't think anyone really cares if you're a dickhead in accounting. I don't think there's too many accountants who would be dickheads just because of the nature of the job. But if like a lawyer, for example, like they care about the end product. That's fine, I guess, in a way. Have I not found it yet? No. It's fine in a way, but I'm a big fan that the world would be such a better place if people had more empathy in life. Obviously, there's some crazy shit going on in Gaza and Ukraine at the moment, and it feels weird to be, you know, streaming a little game on Twitch when, like, there's like atrocities happening. But my grandmother was having a good little conversation about this, which is like, we agreed on you don't always agree with everything your grandparents say, because, you know, different time and all that, but the world would be a much better place if empathy was really prioritized. And I honestly believe that. I really honestly believe that. But yeah, talking back to not being the best, I think it will help me on Twitch and streaming in general. Okay, this is gonna be a fun run. So this if you don't know, this does this. Brimstone just is kind of a game winner. I do think this game is kind of gambling though, because I feel like the first game back, after a while, it gives you all these great items, only to like slap you down on your like next run. So when I die eventually in this one, for reasons of, I don't know, the next run will probably be atrocious items, which is fine. We're gonna work with it, of course, but this game is gambling. What was I saying? Yeah. Just having fun. Just learning to figure it out, you know, like I'm still using like the Canon EOS webcam software instead of a bloody capture card, because that's what I have, and I'm not gonna go out and spend a bunch of money on things that I don't need for something that has like kind of no return on investment predicted for years, let's say. So we're just having fun. We're just chilling. And like I said, so feel free to chill with me. Take a load off. I know life is always stressful for everyone. My life's been a little stressful at the moment. Okay, that's going to do nothing. Overwritten. At least it tells me if it's overwritten. Oh, I can use a battery down here, but... yeah, like, okay, to be lucky, to be honest, like this microphone, this ring light, this camera, I use for auditions. So it honestly, like, it worked out that I just had the equipment to start streaming, which I'm very happy and very privileged to be able to. But I'm a big fan of just using what you got and then seeing if it works. If it works, awesome. And if it doesn't, then that's fine. You tried, you know? And I mean, this is me trying. This is what's that song? This is me trying. This is me trying. Also, like, this is kind of like my podcast in a way, in a weird little way. I've been listening. One of my favorite podcasts at the moment is Brittany Broski's podcast, The Broski Report. So any Broski Nation in the chat, there's no one in the chat, but that's okay. Any Broski Nation, rise up, because she is fucking funny. So funny. And the ability to just, like, talk to yourself forever, like, for ages is... well, not forever, but the ability to talk to yourself about interesting shit and just keep an audience engaged for 50 minutes, an hour is a skill that I would love to learn. So this is kind of that as well. Just learning how to talk, learning how to chat, learning to get a bit more confident in front of a camera, confident in front of people, the world, if you will. Now, if I'm not mistaken, there should be something under here. Oh, it's just the thing. Anyway, yeah, so I'm not trying to get rich and famous doing this. I mean, it'd be fun. I mean, okay. That's a big thing to say. I don't know if that's a whole nother question. Is fame fun? You know, is fame worth it in the end? And I really don't know if I have the answer to that question. As someone who's never been famous, I know it's probably like you have to definitely adjust your way of thinking and kind of your privacy and all that, because obviously it kind of goes out the window, which is why I was thinking about the new kids doing Harry Potter, who I honestly feel sorry for, because they are about to be rocketed into this IP that is one of the most famous IPs to exist. And they're going to get an unbridled amount of hate from, I bet, a number of millennials who just hate on them for the sake, like, just because it's not what they remember. And you know, that's crazy. Like, hating on kids is crazy. Yeah, hating on kids is like, for doing their jobs is insane. But it's gonna happen, and they have no clue. And they're going into what I think it's like a 10-year. I could be mistaken. Like a 10-year contract. That's just gonna like change them. So I in that way, if you're too young to understand the ramifications of fame, then I'm gonna say that's probably not good. If you're old enough to, I guess, understand the ramifications of fame, then I guess you can kind of be adjusted enough to adjusted enough to make smart decisions with an audience. Because once you become like a literal influencer, like the influence that you have, like that, like that's a lot of pressure. People are expecting from you. You can let people down, and that's always been my personal fear. Is like disappointing people is my biggest fear. Like, that is Like once you know you've lost someone's trust or something is completely heartbreaking. But anyway, that's just an insight into my fear. I don't really have a fear of death or anything, just like people, it's not people not liking me, because that sounds extremely kind of superficial, but it's obviously people, your friends or people who have liked you in the past, just losing their faith in you or getting disappointed in you is just, oh, crushes me, absolutely crushes. I feel like it literally, even coming from like primary school or something, where like you'd tell a little white lie or something and like accidentally hurt your friend and just like see the life drain from their eyes and that. And obviously everyone's made mistakes, you know. I'm at only the ripe age of 22. I'm 22, turning 23 a bit later this year, but I've hurt people, and God, it is like the worst experience. And you, I mean, I never want to say it was ever intentional, but you look back and I mean, I cringe at myself often, kind of looking back, but didn't think this was gonna get so deep, to be honest, but that's okay, because we're just having a yap. Again, feel free if anyone's in to just put me on a different topic, because I'm gonna keep talking about crazy random shit forever if I'm given the chance. I've lost all my spirit hearts. That's super fun and awesome, but I've got heaps of... Yeah. God, what was I talking about? I was talking about plants into like my biggest fear. That's crazy. That's crackers. Yeah, I've lost my complete train of thought, which I'll take that as a good thing, I guess. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're just distracting ourselves from life. Oh, is this an XL room? It is. That's very exciting. We've got 2 item rooms, and this one's next to useless. Infinite pills. Yeah, I'm also using Twitch to, I guess, distract myself a little bit. I'm not gonna do that. Because I've had some health problems at the moment. Doctors don't really know what's wrong. Don't worry, this is not a GoFundMe. I've got chronic hiccups, that's why. No, just got some like autoimmune issues at the moment. And doctors don't really know what's up. Which is exciting. And I've kind of got me a little stumped. I'm going in for a little procedure next week. A little bone marrow biopsy. If anyone's had one of those, please let me know in the chat, because I have no idea what to expect. Luckily, my colleague actually at where I work sorry, I'm tired too, but my colleague actually had one, but she didn't make it sound the best. And you know it's bad when like a doctor is like, it's gonna hurt. Like sick. If a doctor says it's gonna hurt, then you know for fucking certain it's gonna hurt for a little bit. But he also said it was like in and out. Oh, let's see what's in here. Like in and out 45 minutes. Which is nice, I'll take. Because obviously, like, it's just been frustrating. Basically, they're doing a bone marrow biopsy because I get sick often. Like, I just have a weak little, shitty little immune system. And they don't know what to do about it. Oh, if I die here, I swear to God. Oh, I can use this. Good. Oh my God, Jesus Christ. Please don't die. Please don't die. I have such a good build. Anyway. Yeah. Just a shitty little immune system. And I get sick often. So they are going to figure that out. Well, that's fun. Mother. Yeah, so they're planning on figuring that out, which should be good. Because I would really like... But then, again, like... This specialist does the bone marrow biopsy. Oh. And there we have it, guys. Our first death. That's super exciting. Anyway, I was talking about my specialist. They try and figure out what's wrong, and then... So, if they find something cool, but then what do we do? You know, am I just a little immunocompromised little bitch, or do we then have to, you know, for example, go to an immunologist or whatever they're called, and that sounds exhausting in of itself. So, anyway, we're back. Yeah. So, hope that fixed. Wish I had Tech 5, but... Yeah, my mom also did call me the other day, with actual, tears, because... she was looking up all the symptoms, or all the... Basically, not symptoms, all the outcomes of... All the outcomes, or the... findings of a blood test I did recently, and it was not good. If we have any immunologists in the chat, let me know. No, there's no immunologists on fucking Twitch. Yeah. So wish me luck for that, guys. I'll let you know how it goes next week. It'll be done. I might stream. It's happening next Wednesday, funny enough. So, hashtag might be streaming that night. But, you know what? I'm going to give myself the night off. This is not my job, thank fuck. So, I don't need to do that. So, you won't see me next Wednesday for Wacky Wednesdays. And that's okay. But I'll let you know how it goes. I don't know, the next Monday. But basically, yeah, basically they stick a fat needle into you and into your hip. Fat needle into the hip, draw up some bone marrow, I guess. And then they're also going to test for a bunch of genes. Because it could be genetic, whatever I have. But, let's hope it's not terminal. Funny enough, when I did look up my symptoms, the first thing I came up with was leukemia, which is such an exciting thing to see. But also, luckily, okay, milk is not good, but whatever. Then going to the specialist, he was like, well, you would have looked up, it would have been leukemia. It was the first thing that came up. And I said, yep, is it leukemia, doc? And he said, no, because leukemia is a very aggressive form of cancer and it kills you within 6 weeks if you don't get it treated. So, guess what, guys? No leukemia. Not saying that to anyone who perhaps has leukemia, that it is a absolutely terrible condition, and I feel for anyone who has it, just to cover my ass. But I'm also very thankful I don't have it. You know, all allied to all the stigma, whatever, but whatever, I can't say whatever, but anyway, no leukemia. We just got regular old. Hey Rita, what's up? Thanks for chiming in. Just playing a bit of Binding of Isaac, a little Wacky Wednesday. Been kind of yapping my little butt off in a little podcast at the moment. Oh, and you've come at the perfect time. We have kaput. We have kaput. We've absolutely kaput. But yeah, we're just talking about my health a little bit. That's what we were talking about. talking about the fact I might have an autoimmune disease, but that's exciting. How are you, Rita? I hope you're well. We're trying to get a win on Binding of Isaac, a little 2014 game that I haven't played in yonks, but I've got too many hours on, so that's what we're doing. But yeah. So in conclusion, I don't have leukemia. How am I? Well, you have missed about a little over 45 minutes of me yapping. But I'm doing good at the moment. I'm a little under the weather because that's super fun. And I'm having a little medical procedure done next week, which I'm super excited about. So yeah, wish me luck. I'm not using this as a GoFundMe, so don't worry. But yeah, basically a bit under the weather, and it's been going on for a little while, so that's not great. But besides that, we're doing okay. You know, we're chilling. Was telling my little stream. we are yapping. Don't worry. Yeah, the medical procedure that I'm doing is a bone marrow biopsy, where they stick a fat needle into your hip and figure out what the hell's wrong with you. So it's exciting. So yeah, funny enough. Ooh. Have I? No. Oh, I thought my camera just completely turned off. No, it didn't. We're good. Yep. Stick a needle into your hip. Figure it out. Yeah. Anyway, Rita, weren't you gonna stream pretty soon? I'm excited to see your artworks, to be honest. Just because sounds fun, sounds exciting. I know you saying some things with, you know, life balance, if you could call this work. But yeah, I'm so excited for that. Rita will let you guys know that we have an awesome Discord at the moment, which is super exciting. So tell your friends, tell your family, tell your dog, tell your cat that come join the Discord. Not that anything too exciting goes on. There's no giveaways or anything just yet, but we'll wait till we get sponsored and then then we can figure that out. For now, it is a one-run, self-funded organization. Oh, wow, we are not getting the best items indeed today. That's okay. We're figuring it out. This is true. This is true, chat. Rita has sent me their artworks, and they're great. If anyone needs any overlays for their channel at all, please hit up Rita, because they've got some great artworks. I'm not there yet, unfortunately. Sorry again, not to out myself, but we get a bit more income, you know, it'd be more than exciting to possibly get a little partnership going. But yeah, any and all viewership is welcome. Again, also just letting everyone know, I have a little suggestion box on my About panel, on my panels on Twitch. So if you're on desktop, scroll down and leave a suggestion in there for me. What games you want to see, what, you know, just anything, you know, how the channel is going. You know, if you have any tech recommendations or anything, just, you know, let me know. Again, we're trying to hit that beautiful 10 followers number. So if anyone has their friends and family, please link them up to the stream. And yeah, let them know that every Monday I play Baldur's Gate 3. Well, sorry, Medieval Mondays. We are playing Baldur's Gate 3 at the moment, which is super exciting. We're about 6 hours in. And on Wednesdays, we're now starting up a new series, Wacky Wednesdays. Again, Wacky Wednesdays can really be anything, so... Rita, I do appreciate your willingness to do some artworks, but I'm all good for now. I do appreciate it. Let's see how far we go first in terms of engagement on here, and then, you know, obviously don't want all the relationships on Twitch to be business, so, you know, they get to know people individually, you know? Although I'm very thankful that you have been able to just get a yapping with me, you know? I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. I do. Because talking to yourself is fun and all, to be honest, but getting a little bit of engagement is really just makes it worth it, you know? So any and all engagement, your little chats really keep me going. So thank you. Oh, I'm not gonna die here, please. Sorry, these guys are really annoying. I gotta focus. There we go. There we go. Yeah, again, I was saying this at the beginning. If anyone has a green thumb out there, a little gardener's tip, please let me know, because I got a few plants that need a bit of help. Just was telling chat before, ooh, this is exciting. That I've started growing a little chili plant, a little cayenne chili pad, and that's super exciting, but it's winter in Australia at the moment, and I have no idea how to grow it exactly right. I already think I've stuffed it up, but let me know. You know, I'd love to talk gardening with someone, which is pretty cringe to say, but hey, it's fun. Who the hell cares? God, I always thought this stream always looked crazy. No, Rita, I do appreciate it. Oh, Big Balloon TV in the chat. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty great. Thanks for stopping by. It was just having a little podcast session on here because isn't that what Twitch is basically? Where I was talking about bloody being sick a bunch. Free from work. Hells yeah. What? Let me know whereabouts in the world you are, because I'm over here in Australia. It's about 10 p.m. tonight. If you're just getting off work now, I respect it. I respect the grind. But whatever job is ending at 10 p.m. is a job. Honestly, hospitality, to be honest. I'm quite lucky at the moment. I am working, besides my awesome job at Twitch, I'm working in a bookstore at the moment, which is honestly great for hours, because I was working hospitality a lot, especially during uni, and those hours just got to me, man. Like, God, I actually worked in an escape room during my uni years, and escape rooms, hey, really fun to do. I thought it was going to be really fun to work at, but God, you're there with like a drunk group at 11 p.m. on a Saturday night, and you're you see, this is what happens when we try and talk and play the game that I haven't played in like a year or so. But yeah, I could talk so much about being an escape room host and just how crazy it is. I'm very happy for my bookshop job at the moment. It's chill, it's nice. Being in an escape room, you know, I think honestly the weirdest things that I saw, first dates were pretty bad. Because you either had the dates that like knew it was going to be a hookup, in which case like they were already too touchy in the rooms. We had one room which was based on the Saw movies, which we definitely did not have copyright, like we did not have the rights to do. But it was quite dark in that room, and for some reason horror movies are an aphrodisiac for some people. Because the things I saw in that room, okay, to be honest, it wasn't anything illegal, don't go there, but a lot of like heavy makeouts. I saw some pretty heavy petting as well, which, you know, don't want to turn it into that kind of stream, but best advice, if you take a hookup to a escape room, don't get busy in the escape room. You know, it's actually not, it's not for that, you know? But yeah, Jesus Christ. Don't get busy in the escape room. And then also the other... Oh, Big Balloon TV. Do you know Rita? That's awesome. I didn't know we had some familiars in the chat. That's awesome. And yeah, I've seen Rita's work. It's great. I'm not in need of any overlays or anything. Yeah, I'd love to know like how they got into it, to be honest. Like if Rita's still here, like how did they get into art, you know? And like I'm super appreciative. I just not in need of any overlays or anything. Which like, hey, like obviously sorry, but yeah, that's fine. I'm sure someone is, and I look forward to seeing Rita you know, be making overlays for the biggest people, and I really wish them the best of that. I'm just not really in need of one at the moment. Yeah, where are we going? Okay. People, yeah. Oh, you also do commissions. Like, you also do, like, artwork commissions? That's cool. Hey, if there's a business to it, you know, why not? 100%. I always said, like, I would love to be into the fine arts. Or at least, you know, digital arts and all that. I had a friend in primary school who got into digital art and now makes NSFW art. Freelance animator by profession. Wow. 6 years. Wow. I remember being a kid and I really, really wanted to be an animator. I was like so ready to go to uni to do animation. I really wanted to do like a Disney animation. I really wanted to. And then I realized that I don't know what changed actually, but I'm gonna die here, but I realized that my love was more on stage than animating, which is pretty crazy. So yeah, sadly didn't become an animator, but big respect to animators. I did a little bit of animation work in high school for a few projects, and God, it is hard. It is really hard. So big respect to you, Big Balloon. I'm curious. I'm curious. How did you find me? How did you stumble across this stream? I know, you know, we don't really get the most people on our little page here. I don't know if you saw us just on the Binding of Isaac page or what, but I'd love to know how you found us. That's super chill.
Speed
Down sick.
down.
6 years. Twitch recommendations. Sick. Big fan there. Hey, maybe the algorithm is doing something in my favor. I'll take that, absolutely. Well, I'm so glad that Twitch brought us together, you know? Not this is not a first date. I can't treat every chatter coming in like a first date. That's very inappropriate. I do apologize. Yeah, well, thanks for sticking around. Thank you for sticking around and just having a little chat, you know? Like I was saying, you know? Any and all chatting just fills my heart with uncontrollable joy, you know? Just kind of makes it worth it, you know? To know someone else is just there in the darkness. I'm here in my room, just chilling, you know? Doing a bit of Binding of Isaac for a Wednesday, having a little chat, you know? Because I know Baldur's Gate 3, we were doing a lot of epic emoticons. Emoticons? Am I 87 years old? Sorry. Yeah, Big Balloon. I actually do have a Discord. I don't have an Insta at the moment for the Top of Your Head channel, so don't worry about that. But we got a Discord over at the About section of my Twitch. So if you go down there, it's like near my YouTube link. But yeah, hit that Discord link and head into the server. Come say hi. Would love to have you. Or if you think, you know, you want to figure out what's you want to see me stream some more, please consider following the Twitch. Would really appreciate it, you know? That goal is looking pretty lonely at the moment. We're trying to get to 10 followers, hopefully by the end of the year. 10 followers by the end of the year is my goal, and we'll see how. And considering 2 of those followers I know personally in real life, maybe I'll get my mum to bloody follow me just to get followers. That's pretty sad. That's pretty sad. I don't think we're gonna get that far. But yeah, if you do think I'm doing an okay job, there we go. Thank you so much. Sorry, I know I wasn't pressuring you into it, but thank you so much, Big Balloon TV, for the follow. I thought I had, yeah, there we go. I was like, I swear we had alerts. We do have alerts, absolutely. Thank you so much. Oh, do you also stream? Do you stream, or like, where's your community? Because I'd love to, you know, see what's that about. So, you know, any way we can get a bit bigger, you know. We're just out here being Australian, doing it. But thank you so much for passing me on to your community. I really appreciate that. You know, it's a small. What am I talking about? It's a small act you've done, you know? You've just hit a button, but I really appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. And Twitch has let me know that we're 50% of the way to completing our goal. That is incredible. Absolutely incredible. I'm so thankful. Because it means that this little stuff that we call little streamers is working, you know? And, oh, that's good. Oh, we don't need any. Cool. Yeah. So you, Big Balloon TV, do commission. Do you play a few games as well? That's some awesome emojis, man. Sorry, yeah. I'd be more than happy to check out a stream of yours if you have one, absolutely. Awesome. Thank you so much. I'll double check all the requests and that. Yeah, if you know. Sick. Okay, I'll remember that for the Discord. I know in there it takes you to the welcome page and you just need to. Yeah, sure, why not? Again, as I told Rita, I'm not looking for any I'm not looking to purchase anything at the moment, so no worries to but I'd love to check out, you know, work, just see what's going on. May as well. But yeah, if you go to the Discord, it should have taken you to the welcome page, hopefully, and then on server access, you can server access. You can chuck in your Twitch username. So just chuck your Twitch username into the server access channel, and then I can give you access to our little community, because that'll be pretty sick. Just to say, updated. Also, like, there's stuff in there for like recommendations. Like I said, we have our little recommendations page on the about section on Twitch, just so you can drop any recommendations or anything. You know, if any games you want me to see me play, or any topics you want me just to chat about. I'm happy to kind of turn this into a just chatting page. Maybe I need better bloody lighting in the background. I do, all things considered. This light I've got at the moment is a new addition, and sue me, I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty okay. But yeah, also been posting on TikTok as well, so if you want to see any highlights, go into the TikTok. It's at Toffeehead Streams. Again, just need to do some editing and hopefully get some highlights from this Yap and me. Sorry, what? Some highlights of this stream of me yapping, and also my other stream, you know? Other streams when we go back to Baldur's Gate. Yeah. Good to know that the recommendations are somewhat working, you know? I know Twitch is kind of a scary beast. It's also a kind of overpopulated market, so to speak. Everyone and their mum seems to be streaming at the moment. But I'm never one to just like... Sorry, never one to like say that there's too much art. I mean, as we've got a few artists in the chat, you know? I'm never one to say there's too much art, you know? Like, who cares if there's, you know, there's always, someone's always going to find their niche, you know? Someone's always finding their niche, and I truly believe that. I truly believe that there is someone's always going to like your art. There's a lot of people who aren't going to like your art. You know, I can't speak to the fine arts per se, but as like a performing artist myself, people are going to like your art, people are going to hate your art. The quicker you kind of figure that out and kind of just move on, the better, I find. Because then you can focus on making art that you like. And if you make art that you like, you'll attract people who also like your art, and therefore also you'll vibe with. I'm trying to do that kind of with Twitch, kind of making the content that I'd like to watch. You know, I'm big into story games, big into single player games, but also big into just like a little podcast, and big into chatting, big into yapping, as you could say. So, you know, if you're lurking around, feel free to swipe off. You know, whatever. We all have our life. We all have our life to do. But if I can, you know, make someone smile, if I can have do a bit of connection with someone, I'm gonna call that a job well done. Let's not do toenails. Ooh, I actually like this one quite. I like this quite a bit, I must say. And I'm growing green. What do I look like? I feel like I look like... I was gonna say E.T., but that's a different movie entirely. I was like, Alien? No. I just look like I look like an alien, I'll tell you that. Let's get some of this money. Absolute alien. To be honest, I haven't actually watched any of the Alien movies. I heard they're great. I actually heard that Alien, like the movies, are it's an inherently feminist, like, driven movie, which I think was really interesting. It was kind of like talking about the imagery of like a face hugger looking kind of like female anatomy, and you know, kind of about like grape culture, and how like this is the one time where like the alien takes agency away from the humans, or especially the men, which I thought was a very, very interesting reading. So maybe I will have to watch it just to like figure out what's going on. Yeah. Again, don't know how long exactly we're going to go for today. Just because, hey, I'm tired. I've been under the weather, you know. Like, I started late. Which is fine, all things considered. I've got a comfy jumper on. You know, my butt's not side yet, so... we're fine, but hey. Like you said, Balloon TV, like, we got jobs to do. I'm clocking in tomorrow, so to speak, as well, so... gotta get my 8 hours, otherwise I cannot function, I swear. Like... I swear like 8 hours is like a requirement nowadays, which is crazy. Like, I'm seeing like these 20-year-olds like going out every 3 days. I mean, my brother, for example, is still at uni, but he's going out like 3 times a week, getting pissed, still doing his hospo job, staying up late. God, I would be on the floor. Like, I would just be like so done. So all power to you if you can do that. I absolutely cannot do that. I need my beauty sleep. Okay, so this boss is kicking my ass. There we go. I need my beauty sleep. I swear to God, I do. But let's not do that. Yeah, let's not put anything into full screen. Oh, we're getting heaps of health items. That's exciting. So in an hour and a half, have we won any? We have not won a run yet, but that's exciting. So yeah, but thanks for dropping by, Big Balloon TV. Happy to have you. I will definitely check out the Discord in a bit. Yeah, I'd also love to know like a demographic, you know, like where are the chatters from? Obviously, like I'm down in Australia. I know Rita, who was just in the chat before, is in Texas. It's kind of crazy. Obviously, you don't need to like dox yourself. Don't want any of that, but hey, on the bright side, usually by now we would have somehow quit. Like my OBS would have crashed, my camera would have gone off. So we're still doing good stuff, so that's good. God, this game is so weird when you think about it. Like, Isaac is just kind of trying to kill his own mother because she's like been abusing him. I think when this game came out, it was the original Binding of Isaac came out in 2012. I have the original one too. I played the original and this because I'm a super fan. But also like, because the original is good too, but then they just added like so many more items, so many more What was I saying? Items and mix-ups, mashups, combinations. That's it. So many more combos, and God, it gets addicting. So maybe this will be a Wednesday classic. Feel free to go over to the YT channel at Toffeehead to check out the replays if you want to catch up on any streams long past. I'm gonna try and get into the habit of streaming 2 times a week, just to see if that does anything, you know? I was talking before about the Twitch affiliate kind of being at a lower barrier of entry. Maybe we'll hit affiliate in a couple months or so. Who knows? God, I see all these like big Twitch streamers, and I don't know how they talk with like 30,000 people in their chat. That would be crazy for me, to be honest. But hey, with like 2 people in the chat, hey, it's enough to keep me on my fucking toes. But also, like, I can like mentally, I don't know, I can like mentally imagine 2 people, like just chatting to 2 people, obviously, like that's, I can imagine chatting to 10 people. But like 30,000 people, I cannot imagine. That's like a stadium. Absolutely cannot imagine. That's okay, because I don't see that number coming to me anytime soon. The streamers I've been watching recently have been like Barjo and Hexdef, which actually, funny enough, were 2 hosts of a TV show called... Ooh. Is my camera gonna die? Sorry. We're 2 hosts of a TV show called Good Game and Good Game Spawn Point on a little channel called ABC 3 in Australia here. And then like that TV show got cancelled after like 5 years or something, but they turned to Twitch. And so they've been great. I've been really enjoying just watching them, and kind of, I think Barjo has a good, I mean, I think they're both in my recommended channels on my Twitch. So feel free to go in there and say hey. And then let them know, or don't let them know I sent you, because I don't think they would love promotion of that. But I also don't know how to raid anyone. Maybe I could raid them. Who knows? But yeah, so they were both on Good Games Warpoint, and now they're Twitch streaming, and I thought that was a good little pipeline, and I'd love to kind of go down some sort of pipeline like that, you know? Okay, I don't know where I'm going. Down here, maybe? I think after this run, we're going to call it for the night, and then I'll see you guys back next Monday. Maybe like let's wait until we die. Like I said, if you're just joining in, my name is Sasha, also known as Toffeehead. Hey team. We have a little Discord in my about section on Twitch, so please chuck it a little look, because it helps me out a bunch. Love to connect with anyone and everyone. Nothing too serious here. We don't do anything too serious here. We just we play games, we chat. This one has been like basically a podcast. But I also know that like white men doing podcasts is I was gonna say a dying art. It is absolutely not a dying art. I think honestly podcast equipment should be a lot more expensive for these guys. And maybe that includes me. I wouldn't say that I'm as toxic as them, TBH. I wouldn't say I'm toxic. I wouldn't say I'm toxic at all. We're here just for love, you know? If I die here, okay, good. We're here spreading love. Having a chill time. Hey, we got a follower this stream, so I'm gonna say that's a win. 100% a win. I'm gonna say it's a good stream. For a stream that I literally I thought about yesterday. I was gonna play the finals because I on Monday was saying I was gonna play the finals, the video game, which I've been having a lot of fun with in my own time. But I realized that I'm actually not that good at the game. You know, do you ever do that? You overestimate how good you are. So I thought, hey, may as well turn it into a bit of just like a chat to camera while playing a little game. Because I know Baldur's Gate 3, we're looking a lot at the story, kind of, it's a little commentary. Ugh, sorry guys, it's a lot of commentary, but I thought why not just talk a little bit and see if that kind of interesting on, because then feel free on the chat to just message about anything crazy. I can tell you a little bit about my life without, you know, completely doxing myself, but yeah, I like Wednesday kind of being a bit more chill. I mean, Wacky Wednesday. I guess it could also be it's wacky, so it can be whatever we bloody want, you know? Temperance. Oh, you know what I can do, maybe? No, that won't do that. Anyway. Oh, actually, I can. Bombs. Okay, that's fine, whatever. Again, let me know if the music is too loud, or even if the music is... Oh my god, okay. Or if you want some background music. Because I am a creator with Chill Hop, the website that kind of gives royalty-free music. It is really kind of them. So thank you very much to Chill Hop for letting me use being part of their creators. And I think a lot of people are. It's all free and stuff, but it's good. It's easy. If you're a budding streamer, I 100% recommend them because the tracks are actually good. I feel like sometimes with royalty-free music, it's really hit or miss, you know. But their music's been pretty chill, so very much recommend that. Now we are looking pretty close to... Oh no. Oh. There we are. Well, let us go back to this. I will quickly exit out of this. And yeah. So hey guys, I'm sorry. It's getting tiring. I'm tired. I didn't win, so I didn't get any little my little Lindt chocolates that I put for my winning, so I might just eat them all before I go to bed, or I'll just eat them all in the shower. I really appreciate everyone who has come in to say hi, which have been these two little viewers, but thank you so much. Again, if you're just joining us for the end, my name is Sasha, also known as Toffee Head. Hey team. And I'm playing some games on Twitch. I'm also on the YT. I don't know if I can say it on Twitch, but the YT website. I'm also live on there. Also has a kind of archive of all my streams. So please go back and have a look there. Yeah, I've just kind of talked for an hour and a half to myself, which has been nice and exciting. Well, I've also been talking to our lovely chat, which has been, thank you, been very good. And I appreciate that. So I appreciate every single person who has ever seen me just, you know, let's get some music going while I... See, that's what I'm saying. It's good music too. Oh, okay. Let's just talk to camera. Actually, I got too busy talking about music, and anyway, it's good chill hop stuff. So thank you again so much for checking out. Stay hydrated. This is my water bottle, and yeah, come back next Wednesday. Don't come back next Wednesday actually, because I'm getting a biopsy. I'm getting a bone marrow biopsy next Wednesday because I'm a sick boy. Don't come back next Wednesday. Come back next Monday to check out Medieval Mondays as we do Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough. Um, and I will let you know how that goes the next Monday. And yeah, we're just gonna be streaming, having a great little time, checking stuff out, trying to be kind in this world that kind of needs a bit more empathy. But yeah, it's not that deep, guys. My mom has a good saying that I'm gonna leave us off with, which is at least life's not boring. At least life's not boring. So if any of you out there are struggling with anything, or in the down in the dumps perhaps, or anything, at least life's not boring. You know, if it was too good, if you knew how to control everything, life wouldn't be interesting. And I like that. Makes it kind of easier to feel your feelings sometimes, or if you're frustrated, feel your stuff. So thank you so much to our new subscriber. So new subscriber. No one has subscribed yet because we are not affiliated. But thank you to our new follower, Big Balloon TV. I really appreciate all the followers and anyone who checks us out. Again, my name is Sasha, also known as Top Your Head. Thank you so much for chilling with us. And oh, no way. As we are about to head off, we have one more follower, Tommy Leo. Thank you so much. That's so crazy. As I'm about to leave, I was gonna say, if you're lurking around, if you're not lurking around, no worries. Thank you so much for checking out the stream. Head over to the About section on my Twitch to check out the Discord. Come say hi. I've got a little suggestion box on the About as well. And just all peace and love, guys. Like, there's no stress. There's absolutely no stress in any of this. We've gotten 2 followers this session. I think that is an incredible, absolutely incredible, considering we've had some crazy technical difficulties over the last week. So that's it for Wacky Wednesdays. Thank you so much for checking us out. Please be back here next Monday. I hope to see each and every one of you. And yeah, that's it for today. See you guys.